Did you know that 82% of Singaporean parents pay for private tuition? Today, we brought 5 graduated JC students to discuss tuition stereotypes. Here's how the game works. The cast will be given a stereotype about tuition goers and tell us if they think it is true or false using the science given. Will then come together to have a discussion about their different perspectives. Now, let's meet the cast.
Hi, my name is Joycelyn.
Hi, I'm Glynis.
Hello, my name is Enya.
I'm Luke.
Hi, I'm Clara and I started tuition in 2021
Since nursery 2.
Since Sec 1.
3 to 4 years.
3.5 years already. Yeah.
All tuition goers are nerds.
I would say it's how you define nerds. Nerds if you're saying like how nerds look like, right? I don't think any of us here look like nerds, right? And we all go tuition. So if you're defining nerds as how we look like, not really. But then even if you define it as how nerds act, right? We also don't act like nerds, right? All of us, I'm a sportsman, none of us look like act like nerds, because we go tuition to supplement our learning, to improve our learning also, so no.
Nerds don't do things like this lah. But like, but yeah, adding on to what she said, it depends on how you define nerds, and usually people that go to tuition, at least for my personal experience, they have a lot of activities outside of school. They have a very good work-life balance also. So,
Personally, for tuition that I've gone to, I've seen people who are like captains in their own CCAs and stuff. So, with that being said, I don't think like everyone who goes to tuition is a nerd, because usually you won't associate nerds with being like so active in their CCAs. So with that, I disagree.
All tuition goers are rich.
for me, I think all tuition goers are rich with knowledge. For my own personal experience, Mr. William and Mr. Yap from the chemistry department, they've been really helpful to me and they've shared their wealth of knowledge with me. But if you're talking about monetary basis, then I'm broke so.
Even my parents also told me that this is an investment, girl, you must give me back the money one. Yes, but then right, I had not really all tuition girls are all rich I have to say, because there's also a lot of voluntary basis. Like personally, I had experience like my friends tutoring me, and that's also called tuition also and it was all free of charge. And it's like, okay, technically I'm living comfortably but then it's true that not all tuition goers are rich. It's more of like whether you're fortunate enough to go to a tuition center, because I personally feel that tuition is more of a luxury rather than a necessity because we're already going to school every day for 6 hours already, and if you're adding the 2 hours in tuition, right, it's really a luxury that I get to go for tuition.
People find love at tuition.
Okay, personally for me, right, I am still single as heck. But then, like you only see those people you go for tuition for like once a week for 2 hours only. If within those 2 hours, right, you can actually develop a relationship with them, then okay, good for you But the false.
I think sometimes for some people, speed dating works for them So
Oh,
1-2 hour enough.
Wow.
No, I mean for me personally, don't.
Do you have experience?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't have experience, but I've seen a lot of friends who, like actually they got into like long-term relationships from tuition.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Going to tuition is a sign of weakness.
Like I said just now, I said that going for tuition is courageous because you recognize that you need help and you are not like scared to ask for it. So I feel that in order to like go for tuition and ask for help it shows that you actually want to improve yourself and to further your improve like your studies and all. And this makes you like a better person. So it's not something that you should be ashamed of, or like you shouldn't be scared of it.
Some of my friends, right, they come out physics A, chem A, math A, everything also A, they still come out for tuition. But then when I ask them why they still go for tuition, then I'm like, why you not teaching the class? Then they'll be like, oh, I go there for supplementary because the notes are very good, because the teacher explained it clearly, and when the teacher explained, I can revise my content.
All tuition goers are kiasu.
Okay, obviously, right, okay, for me personally, right, I feel that all tuition goers are kiasu lah, because if you're not kiasu, right, after seeing like all your grades, right, what are you, man? You come for tuition just to waste time, eh?
Okay, I say false cause GP tuition I learn absolute statement must say wrong So what they said was correct So like you cannot say that all people that go to tuition are kiasu, because some people, the parents see the grades like that, then they're like like me last time but you don't talk about that
For me, I'm on the fence again, because sometimes it's more of the parents being afraid that their child will fall behind compared to their peers, rather than the child itself. So the parents may force them, but in some cases it can be that the children are scared for their own grades and they don't want to be less than compared to their peers, so they will ask for tuition. So in this case, there are two different scenarios to consider, and that's why I'm on the fence on saying that all tuition goers are kiasu.
Everyone that goes to tuition will ace their exams.
I think going for tuition is more of like a collaboration between yourself and the tuition center. So it's like when they give you the notes, you also need to put in the same amount of effort to go and like review it. Just like tuition is not a trade where it's like I give you the money, you give me my A. It's more of like I give you the money, you help me get my A. But that help is also subjective to how receptive you are to it.
I think tuition is only half the work that you put in. Going for 2 hours a week and just depending on that solely to push your grade up to like an A isn't enough. I think as a tuition goer, you need to put a lot of effort behind the scenes as well. Like you need to go home, review the material, or practice a bit more before you can actually, ace your exams.
I think that it really depends on the person's personality. If the person is like hardworking, they will naturally push themselves to go the extra mile to study harder and like improve from there. They don't even need like to go for tuition to say that they will do better. But I feel that those that go for tuition are more driven, so they will tend to like strive for a better grade and all, and so they might do better, but it's not confirmed, because ultimately it really depends on the method of studying and the effectiveness of the way they study.
Parents put too much pressure on tuition centers.
Okay, if I were to stand from a parent's perspective, right, I send my children to tuition investing thousands of dollars every year. There was a report that said every year, right, for one child only, right, parents have to spend about $20,000 per year just for that child to go for tuition. If I have to consider the monetary factor, right, obviously I would pressurize the tuition centers, because if my child doesn't get the grade, even after investing so much money, right, into my child's education, then obviously it's not worth that money for me to spend. Right? That's why I will pressurize them. Right?
I think it's both sides, like on the fence again, because there is a part of the population that like the parents will feel that you send your child to tuition, so of course I will want to see an improvement or like an A. But then there's also this other half of the population that feels that it is ultimately up to the child itself, based like how much they work and like the effort that they put in.
My parents care about my education more than me.
No, I don't think I have a very supportive family at home, so they are very encouraging of me. Whenever I need help, they are always there for me to like have a listening ear or talk to me about my problems. So it doesn't, like, even if I'm struggling academically, they are always there to say, do you need help? Do you want me to find a tutor for you? Or if I need like time away from like my studies and just like take a little break.
I think it's also the same case for me. My family is quite supportive of me, and I think maybe for me it's more of I put a lot of pressure on myself. So my parents do put pressure, but like in comparison, I think they believe that I can take charge of my own education, and I know my limits, I know what's good for me, I know what help I need, and then I can just approach them. Like if I need tuition, then I'll ask them. If I need extra materials or anything, I can ask them also.
I think similar to the both of them, I also do have a very supportive family, and I wouldn't say they put a lot of pressure on my education, but more of like they care more about my well-being when I'm studying.
In short, right, our parents care about our education because they care about us.
Yeah.
Yes.